can you turn grass clippings into protein? That's what's been going through my mind quite a lot these days. We obviously use sheep here on the farm. We're in West Wales and we grow lots of grass, and it grows very well here, and the sheep do a great job at converting it into protein for us. But the other way that you can do it is with decomposers or worms. You know, we're always looking for an alternative protein source. There we go. We're always looking for an alternative protein source for our ducks. And these little guys, red wiggler worms, are exactly that. Now we're composting all sorts in here. We've got duck manure in here. We've got a bit of cardboard. We've got food waste. But I'm mulching the top with grass cuttings because it's got nitrogen. Freshly cut grass cuttings has nitrogen in it, as well as carbon. And once it's wetted down and it starts rotting down, the worms will come up and eat it. A lot of people don't want to use too many grass clippings in their worm bins, but in this worm bin it works well. And you can see plenty of action. And so it's an experiment. We used to have hundreds and hundreds of ducks on the farm. We now have a small number of ducks on the farm, so it actually makes it feasible for us to potentially cover their protein source purely with worms, which are prolific and grow really well here. And given that we've got an abundance of grass on the farm, I thought maybe that might be a way to actually grow worms at scale. I am going to be building a worm harvester to make my life easier. And then what I'll do is potentially ferment some grain like wheat for the carbohydrate source, although it's also got a bit of protein in it, but primarily for the carbohydrate. And then I will produce worms and feed the worms to the ducks too, and it'll go straight over there to that little house where the ducks stay at night. The big duck house where we used to have all of our ducks, and of course we used to import our grain and our soya feed into that feed bin there, which is no longer being used for that. The big duck house is potentially going to become a larger vermicomposting area where I can have large windrows in there to raise worms. And then that's where we're going to keep the ducks from now on, which is our old duck house, and we're going actually back to that now that we've scaled down. So anyhow, I just thought that was an interesting idea. I'll see you next time. Cheers.